Terran Expeditionary Fleet, aboard the dreadnought Prometheus Unbound. We received your distress call. The human's expression was grim but determined. We see you have a Shadowkin problem. Zara found her voice, though it came out as barely more than a whisper. Admiral, we were told your species was extinct. A thin smile crossed the human's features. We got better. The smile faded quickly. We've been hunting these creatures across the galaxy for 200 years. They destroyed our homeworld, scattered our colonies. But we learned to fight them. She leaned forward. All vessels, clear your firing lanes. We're going to show these things why humans don't stay dead. On the tactical display, the human warship began to glow with an energy signature unlike anything Zara had ever seen. Instead of the clean, focused beams of Coalition energy weapons, strange lightning began to arc across the vessel's hull. The space around the Prometheus Unbound seemed to ripple and bend. What are they doing? Voss whispered. Dr. Keth was studying his instruments with fascination. They're generating some kind of exotic matter field. It's affecting local spacetime. The human warship suddenly accelerated to impossible speeds, not through conventional thrust, but by literally warping the fabric of space around itself. It tore through the Shadowkin formation like a sword through silk, and wherever its strange energy fields touched the dark entities, they simply ceased. Temporal weaponry, Dr. Keth breathed in amazement. They're not destroying the Shadowkin, they're erasing them from the timeline entirely. Within minutes, the threat was eliminated. The Prometheus Unbound took position alongside the damaged research vessel, and Admiral Chen appeared on screen once more. We'll transfer repair teams to get you operational, she said. But first, I need to ask, how much does the Coalition know about humanity's current status? Zara shook her head slowly. Nothing. You're listed as extinct in all our databases. The human admiral nodded grimly. Good. Keep it that way, for now. We're not ready to reveal ourselves yet. There are still too many Shadowkin out there, and we have work to finish. She paused, her expression softening slightly. But when the time comes, when the galaxy needs us most, remember this moment. Remember, when all hope seems lost, humans have a way of showing up when you least expect it. As repair shuttles launched from the human dreadnought, Zara realized that everything the Coalition thought it knew about the galaxy was about to change. Humanity hadn't just survived, they had evolved into something far more dangerous than their enemies had ever imagined. And somewhere in the darkness between the stars, an ancient enemy was about to learn that the species they thought they had destroyed was very much alive and very, very angry. The age of human vengeance had begun. Ambassador Kree Thak adjusted his ceremonial robes one final time before the quantum communicator activated. As the supreme representative of the Galactic Confederation, he had overseen first contact protocols with over 200 species across 17 sectors. This should have been routine, another primitive species stumbling into space, ready to be welcomed into the galaxy's established order. The blue-green world before them, designated as Terra 3 in their charts, had only recently achieved faster than light travel. Their scouts reported a bipedal species, calling themselves humans, who had barely colonized their own solar system, perfect candidates for junior membership in the Confederation, assuming they proved sufficiently docile. Begin transmission, Kree Thak commanded, his forearms spreading wide in the traditional gesture of peaceful greeting. The holographic display flickered to life, revealing a surprisingly modest chamber aboard the human vessel. A single representative sat calmly at a simple metal desk, no elaborate throne, no intimidating display of weapons, no ostentatious show of wealth. The human appeared almost disappointingly ordinary, brown skin, short dark hair, and clothing that seemed more functional than ceremonial. Greetings, the human said in perfectly fluent galactic standard, which immediately caught Kree Thak off guard. Most species required months of linguistic analysis before achieving basic communication. I am Director Elena Vasquez of the Terran Diplomatic Corps. We've been waiting for you to make contact. Kree Thak's confidence wavered slightly. Waiting for us? Your scout ships have been observing our system for the past 6 months, Elena replied with a knowing smile. We've been tracking them since day one. We thought it would be polite to let you make the first move. The ambassador's aide, a nervous Elakian named Vex, whispered urgently into Kree Thak's ear. Sir, our stealth technology is considered undetectable by any species below Class V II technological development. Elena seemed to hear the whispered conversation despite the audio dampeners. Your cloaking technology is impressive, but it creates distinctive gravitational anomalies. We've been detecting similar signatures throughout the galaxy for decades. Kree Thak decided to regain control of the conversation. Very well. I am Ambassador Kree Thak of the Galactic Confederation. We come to welcome Terra 3 into the galactic community, provided you meet our standards for peaceful coexistence. That's very kind, Elena said, leaning back in her chair. Though I should mention we've already made contact with several of your member species. The Altarians are particularly fond of our coffee. The bridge fell silent. Vex's scales shifted to a pale yellow, indicating extreme anxiety. Sir, he whispered, the Altarians are a Class V I species located 4 sectors away. They haven't reported any contact with unknown aliens. Elena continued as if discussing the weather. Trade relations with the vegan Commonwealth have been quite profitable. Their bioenhancement technology pairs wonderfully with our medical advances. And the Centaurian Collective has been very interested in our historical archives. Apparently, our art and literature provide fascinating insights into species development patterns. Kree Thak's certainty began to crumble. These were some of the most advanced species in the galaxy. Civilizations that had been spacefaring for millennia. Impossible. You've only had FTL travel for, officially, about 30 years, Elena interrupted. But we've been exploring the galaxy for much longer than that. We prefer to observe before making ourselves known. It's a survival trait our species developed early. Then why reveal yourselves now? Kree Thak demanded. Elena's expression grew serious. Because the Devourer swarms have begun moving again, and frankly, the current galactic order isn't equipped to handle them. The blood drained from Kree Thak's face. The Devourer swarms were the galaxy's greatest nightmare, ancient machine intelligences that had consumed entire civilizations before mysteriously vanishing into dark space eons ago. Even mentioning them was considered taboo in most diplomatic circles. How do you know about her? We've been fighting them for the past century, Elena said matter-of-factly. 3 separate incursions into our space. We've learned their patterns, developed countermeasures, and most importantly, we've learned how to track their approach routes. She gestured, and the simple chamber around her suddenly revealed itself to be far more sophisticated than it had appeared. Holographic displays materialized, showing detailed star charts, with countless red indicators marking devourer movements throughout the galaxy. They're not extinct, Elena continued. They've been hiding, rebuilding, and they're planning something big.